G'day everyone. Welcome to the School of Bitcoin. Just got one person join us today. That's Oliver, all the way from down in Melbourne. How are you today, Oliver?
Hi, Gordon. Hi, everyone. It's great to be with you all today.
A few people are pretty busy. Electra's getting ready to head off to El Salvador, so she's, I think, busy packing, and Kieran's having some time out at the Great Barrier Reef. I think Karen's away overseas as well. But yeah, Stack's going on in Australia. Excuse the pun. So just today on the agenda, we thought we'd just cover a couple of things, website, different business models that are evolving, just to have a little chat about some community building stuff and yeah, what each of us is up to, and you know, some steps forward in the School of Bitcoin.
That's good.
Sound all right?
Sounds very good.
So I'll just share my screen up here. So at the moment, we've got a couple of different websites going. The School of Bitcoin, we've got the Digital Playhouse and Stacks Australia. So yeah, these have all sort of evolved over time with the School of Bitcoin. Kieran had also spun up another website this week, but we haven't. It was in regards to courses, actually getting some courses happening. But yeah, just some updates. Electra's been having a chat to some Web3 developers about, yeah, token gated website becoming, I guess, you know, we're in this space, in the Bitcoin space. So, you know, time to get off zero and get our own machines happening, so that we can actually, you know, offer benefits to community members, or yeah, so like a token gated site or events or ticketing or courses. So learning a bunch of stuff around that. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what she comes up with in that regard. Alexa's also did something cool the other day, just for, I'll just pull that up. For, where are we here? Not real good at navigating these dual screens everywhere.
Yeah, you have to just become very proficient with Alt Tab, I think.
Yeah, with one tab. That's okay. Oh yeah, so we're basically here. You got this. If you got the LinkedIn site up there now?
No, it's still the School of Bitcoin.
Oh, okay, sure.
In Zoom, I think you have to just choose which monitor you're pushing out to, or which application.
Sure. Grab that there. Yeah, so this week, Electra also spun up some stuff for a bit of a pathway. So yeah, it doesn't have everyone in here. I think the purpose of it at that time, she was had to do a presentation about, you know, where things are headed, and sort of like, I guess, some core, you know, projects that we've got happening here, and then getting everyone involved, and sort of some different, you know, different people that are heading up different initiatives here, and sort of that'll lead to our community building project. So yeah, School of Bitcoin, really the place to come in and learn. And Kieran's got the Get Off Zero podcast on Amber, and you know, Get Off Zero has been around for a while with the Bitcoin community, and yeah, I think we've got a great chance to do that. You were talking about that, Oliver, about you brought some, you got someone off zero recently.
Yeah, I managed to actually. I didn't even send them some Bitcoin. Actually, I got them into an NFT on Stacks, and of course the best wallet for that on a mobile is Xverse, which incorporates Bitcoin and Stacks natively. So instantly they were like intrigued by Bitcoin, and they knew I'd been involved in some manner in the past, but they were like, so where's the best place for me to buy Bitcoin through Xverse? And I was just kind of taken aback. But it was the NFTs, really. I think the art, the creative endeavors that people are undertaking at the moment around the world is it's making waves. It's not much about the environmental concerns or I think probably the top three reasons why the media would kind of like hunt or go after NFTs. But the narrative is kind of starting to change, I think. And it's really, really cool as well, because you're starting to see these artistic endeavors really kind of transform the landscape. And it's not just a technical or a very nerdy vision or a very we must follow the protocols for this network to work type of mandate or anything like that. It's more like, no, we want to bring a lot of freedom, a lot of love, a lot of creativity, a lot of things which the blockchain actually provides for without it knowing that it provides for, and without even the inventors of the blockchain perhaps even knowing that this was, perhaps a byproduct of evolution as well, and revolution. So it's really, really exciting to see in that front as well.
Yeah, cool. I'm finding the same. It's pretty cool for people to onboard, and something like the Xverse wallet, I found that really excellent as well. For that primary reason that you can have your Bitcoin. It'd be good to see if they could add Lightning.
That would be phenomenal
into wallets like that. So
I think it's just a matter of time, Gordon.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that all works as in a normal wallet versus a Lightning, but I think that'd be awesome if you can access, because looking at the different ecosystems that are being built out on Bitcoin, you've got Taro, RSK, Lightning, Stacks, and having ultimately the Bitcoin community are going to sort of cruise, I think, between those different applications. So it's going to be interesting to see if there'll be a multi-platform wallet, or even if that's possible. I'm not a dev. So
I think, I think it's just a matter of time. I think the Blue Wallet already does Lightning, multi-sig, and Bitcoin. And I think that's one of the most widely used wallets. And
okay,
I have a good feeling that I think some devs want to keep them separate, obviously,
sure,
for just security purposes and that. But other devs, I'm sure, would be wanting, like, there's Trust Wallet, which I think does Bitcoin, probably doesn't do Lightning, but it does like a lot of other assets that I know of.
Yeah,
That are out there.
Trust was bought by Binance.
Ah, right. Okay.
So that's sort of their flagship wallet. The Trust Wallet I found pretty good. I've got one myself. It enables me to cruise around. Trust Wallet, if you go into different Web3 websites, it does give you access to, the Trust Wallet is quite widely.
That's it. It's kind of like interoperability and the connection between these interlinking of devices and software and front ends and back ends, just all kind of across a unified interface, I think is a game stealer.
Yeah, and so did you do something with an NFT on Gamma, did you?
I actually got one printed as well myself. I got a couple printed myself for just photographs, but speaking to a bloke, I think it's Eli Herf at Brett at Gamma.
Sure.
I was speaking to him, and he actually got something done, a portrait done by a professional artist as an NFT. And I was quite taken aback at how good it was. So I thought, oh, I might do the same actually. Got a bit of stacks here, why not? I'll put it to some like real awesome use. And
Nice.
actually,
And did you mint that on Gamma?
no, she actually portraited it, she styled it, did everything for me. A lady by the name of Kyra, or Madame Love, as her Twitter handle is.
Sure.
Yeah, should be able to find it. I think it's with the E.
Yeah, I've had it.
There it
running.
is. Yeah, the Color Me custom portraits. I got one of them.
Nice.
And she was phenomenal. And as soon as I actually got that done,
look at that. There it is.
Yeah, there are my two pups.
Yeah, minted on Gamma. Hey, that's awesome.
And I was very happy with that. Really, really happy. And like I was saying with the old NFT like revolution as well, and evolution, I think, of mankind in some sense, and kind of like the intermingling between humanity and machine. The amount of Twitter like replies that I got afterwards, because she was just such a naturally just healthy, loving person, that would just flooded my inbox of Twitter with notifications of just like, you guys have made my day, and this type, just so much like positivity brimming. It changed my day big time. I think it changed my week and the next fortnight easily as well. And that was really, really nice.
Yeah, I've had a couple of chats with Madam Love as well. I've run into her in a couple of different spaces. I mean, I first came across her when she did the piece for Brett, and Yeah, and then I saw she did some work for you. Yeah, we've actually asked her. I think she was looking to go on a road trip to NFT Fest. So we did reach out to her and say, if you're interested in doing an event at Agnes Water, if you happen to be driving past, then stop in, and we can
nice.
do a little, collab here in Agnes Water. So we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, there's some great people to follow around the space. She's definitely a passionate artist. I think what I'd have to grab her link there on it. So this week, Oliver, I've also been running a 4-week course here for NFTs on Stacks. And one of our, so B from Deep Nation. This is her first mint.
Oh, beautiful.
The Botanical Wonderland. She's a photographer. So yeah, so that was a pretty cool journey. We went right through from starting to where it was getting some Bitcoin from an exchange, sending that over to an Xverse wallet. We set up a Pyro wallet. Next step, I'm sort of pretty much adamant that people who are getting into the NFT space have a
hardware wallet. Yeah, fair enough.
But for non-technical people, it's quite confronting right from the start. So if we're at least educating them about the different steps and the different use cases, as in fine to have a couple $100 in your Xverse wallet or it might be a hot wallet on your browser, but if you're going to actually be creating some assets, then really think about what the future of that asset. So like a first mint might be worth a lot to her. So it would be terrible if she actually lost that.
Yeah, very true.
So that's our next step, is going to the hardware. It was pretty cool when you dive into the back end. Have you had a look in the back end of the smart contracts on these?
I have not. I've had a little glance, I think, but
yeah,
I haven't.
We're here. Let's have a quick dig into it. So if we go into the I think maybe
the activity.
Yeah, okay. Have a look at the activity. Trying to see where the smart contract is in there. Yeah, so this learner program that we've been going on is right through from minting right into looking into the back end of the smart contract. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll just have a quick look here. It's all a bit slow today. I may have to actually connect up a wallet, no?
Oh, actually, if you grab the wallet address, could you throw that into, say, a Stacks Explorer? That's right. Try clicking on the address.
Here we go.
Actually show the transaction ID. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so we took a deep dive into everything about it, the contract name, the transaction ID, who deployed it. Got a bit to learn, Oliver, about, they say deploying, doing NFTs and using burn addresses. So I'm keen to learn about that today.
Okay. Yeah.
If
you could send any links pertaining to that. Yeah, I'd love to read up on that too.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And then the block hash, got that there. Then we dive down into the bottom here. We've got all the source code for the smart contract. So it's really cool for learning, basically what's under the hood, and looking back to the actual template that you fill out and see how it's all filled in. So we've been going through all that. So we're learning about Bitcoin, we're learning about wallets, we're learning about minting NFTs, and then we're learning about smart contracts.
Nice.
And yeah, so pretty interesting. It's so open source there. You can just see everything. And one thing I know about the NFTs on Gamma is you can transport them across any platform. They are your NFTs. So I believe that some of the ETH platforms, there are particular, it could be any blockchain, but there are other platforms where you can't just transact and can't transport your NFTs. If you want to trade them, I believe you've got to keep them on that marketplace.
Right.
Yeah, and then if we drop over to here, what I thought was cool, we can drop over onto the Bitcoin meme pool space and actually see what block the NFT was recorded.
Oh, actually belongs to
on the Bitcoin blockchain. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That is very cool. It even shows the miner Luxor farm, the mining pool that
Okay,
was
yeah.
responsible for the actual ASIC that was mining it as well.
Yeah, very cool. I'll just, are you back on the screen there on the Gamma one there?
Yep, the Gamma
Yeah,
contract.
so that's like on the left there, you've got the stacks transaction. And then on the right, you've got where it's anchored to the Bitcoin blockchain. So that's sort of like your proof that, the absolute proof that we are, whatever transactions are recorded on the stacks chain are also recorded on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Very cool.
So that was pretty cool. So coming back to just see if we can get back to the page, the LinkedIn page. Where are we there? Wait a sec. Oh, so yeah,
no
we're on that on the learn section. So probably looking at, I've jotted down a bunch of ideas on, the business, like advancing the business model in School of Bitcoin. And yeah, we've got the learn space there, and then the build space. Just I guess we've got a bunch of build options in there. One is obviously stacks. But there's other things for building as well. So some people, like you were talking about, it's like, what are the different learners that come into the space? What do they want to build? Is it something on the Lightning Network?
I think, yeah, it would be a bit of everything really, but I think Lightning's got to be the most appealing.
I saw this week that there was a actual start an accelerator program.
All right.
For the Lightning Network. So yeah, you're back on the screen there with the digital playhouse.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, in that build section there, for the minute, obviously we've got the build going into, we've got, I guess, the capacity and already set up for builders to go over on stacks. So whether you're building an NFT, so you learn a bit about Bitcoin, you're learning about NFTs. And then have you checked out startstacks.org?
I have not, but I'm pumping that in right now, actually. Ah, yes. I have had a look at this before, but not, very deeply. But yeah, I've seen this. This is a great resource.
Yeah, so at the moment, I'll just pull mine up as well, share that with everyone. So Oliver, today you've, I guess are you currently enrolled in the Clarity Camp?
I don't think I am actually. That's the cohorts camp?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I am.
Okay. So yeah, this is pretty much for anyone that wants to go down that path of starting to be a stacks developer. So this is really for people that want to go through, first of all, getting the basics about stacks, then meeting clarity and learning clarity, and joining the cohort Clarity Camp.
Oh, sorry, I am at Stacks actually. I'm with the Clarity Camp at least.
Ah, yeah, cool. Are you finished that camp yet?
No, I'm just starting it actually.
Ah, okay. Are you in the 31st?
I believe so, yeah. The one is that came after the previous. Yeah, obviously, but I'm trying to remember.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it looks pretty intensive.
Yeah, it is extremely intensive. I was taught 8 hours a week, and it feels like I'm doing 80 hours 80 hours a week, but back then, and
yeah, sure.
Felt like it burnt me out a little bit. But I think it was just the way you handle it really, and the way you get thrown into the deep end. You just got to keep swimming, just keep paddling, and then eventually you start to float.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you do intensive courses, you can take a bit of this and a bit of that. You may not achieve everything, and at the end you start to go, wow, I'm starting to get it now. But yeah, apparently you got to be quite proficient, I think, in Python at least before you start it.
Yeah, that's what I heard it for sure. The Python definitely is a very, very helpful hand.
Yeah, that's some of the learning stuff I'm doing with the kids here. We just discovered, or Electra found a new Python coding program that I've just enrolled in because I don't code. I'm not going to be a coder, but I just want to have a bit of an understanding. So I'll start with Python. And yeah,
Yeah, good call.
for those that want to go on to it, you could work to master stack. So that's becoming a real proficient creator, as in coder and dev for smart contracts, and then going deep and then going pro. So this, the start stacks is really for people that want to go totally down that, that dev path by the looks, and you can eventually apply for grants or residency. So that's if you want to get full on into building stuff that's going to benefit the Stacks ecosystem.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's be interesting. I want to find some tools for learners that then also then want to say take similar pathways for Lightning, and see also what's being built in Taro.
Yeah, that's
because
good.
it's going to be different people come into the ecosystem. So, for example, you had a pretty keen interest in Lightning, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what paths different people take.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's even like an underlying language or programming language or even a tool guide that would kind of unite, I guess, all the programming language for smart contracts. Because I imagine there's a lot of interoperability is going to be the next few chapters after stacks and after once a blockchain feels complete, everyone's going to say, well, it's not complete until you have this other blockchain.
Yeah.
Or pretty much the interlinking or the interoperability, I think is going to be a big thing. And I think having the umbrella access or the umbrella knowledge, I should say, or even the foundational knowledge to kind of, I guess, do smart contracts full stop. It's not about smart contracts Bitcoin or smart contracts Stacks or smart contracts Ethereum. It's going to be smart contracts full stop, because I think Bitcoin will unite them all in the end.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
So it's be interesting to see the best of, I think, them all come together and actually unify for the sake of Bitcoin or for the sake of a better economy or for the sake of a better world. That could be quite cool.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll just go quickly on that third one. Electra's got the Accountants on Chain group. So there's over 500 members in that group.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's built out rapidly. Electra does podcasts, different webinars and podcasts consistently, pretty much every week. Some pretty interesting people. So it's sort of like, you build a project, but then you've got to manage the whole project, the accounting system and the reporting system for Web3 is quite complex. It's not just like a plug and play of the old accounting system. So yeah, they're going to create some pretty awesome stuff out of that. So yeah, Electra's working on that website based around all this sort of thing. And then yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That's really cool.
And I'm really grateful she's put some things together there, like the way she's done some great graphics there. And we need to add some different things. Like we've got Australia's first digital currency town up there. I think in Melbourne we need to add the first Bitcoin school, and just add things as different people do things. But it was probably an interesting comment Electra and I were. She raised, it's not just about the founder or the key people. It's about all of our community. So yeah, I thought that I was talking to you earlier, Oliver, about the orbit model. So one of the great benefits of being a bigger organization like Stacks is they put us through the chapter onboarding, and it gives you a lot of great tools for all the communities that you work in. And the orbit model is something that sort of looks at, well, who's joining the community. And you've got, first of all, you've got a bunch of explorers. So people that are just having a look around, they might drop into a couple of events now and then. And then you've got, I guess, the people that are participating. So they're turning up to quite a few events. And then you've got like contributors. So the people that actually are sort of here, like, you and I and Karen and a few others that are always turning up, doing things, and, and finding out what they want to do and helping them get on their journey, And obviously you do have to ultimately have some people making some decisions and keeping the model together. So it's like your core team at the top, So yes, I think we're really primed now is to get some slots filled but really based on what the individual wants to do. So it's like the School of Bitcoin's original concept was you come in and learn something, but then you've got a project, and how can we help you create your project?
Yeah, true. Very
So you were
cool.
talking earlier about, having that thinking about, okay, what sort of pathway do I go in coding, or is it, specialize in Lightning, or what's the path? You got any ideas around that?
For me, I think it's more big picture creative stuff, I think. But at the same time, I'm kind of happy to try out everything, because I think you can't really understand a lot of what's going on until you try a lot of what's going on and firsthand. This is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, at the moment, I've jumped into pretty much at the moment of going down the path of learning as much as I can about not only Bitcoin, but about stacks. So I've joined the Stacks Advocate program, and they've got a system in there which is like, you've got someone there that'll help you along your journey. I'll just bring up the Stacks bot as Stacks Advocates. Yeah, so Stacks Advocates program, that just, I guess it's, if you're wanting to learn about smart contracts on Bitcoin, then you can jump in and into their Discord. They got some really interesting a governance model, which I'm quite interested about at the moment. And I guess it's, if you're doing work around the ecosystem, helping others, putting on events, hosting Twitter spaces, whatever that you might be doing, helping someone create NFTs, you can actually get some rewards for that. So it's just, some good incentives and encouraging. So they've got a stacking pool, which, and if you post up some things with the evidence of what you've done, you might get some rewards. I think you get BTC rewards out of the Frega pool for that one.
Oh, nice.
It's not actually, I think there's benefits for anyone that comes in there, whether they're beginners or not. So for example, if you're doing Clarity, there's people in there that can, if you've got questions, there's people that can help you. I jumped on a Twitter Spaces the other day with some of the guys from the Stacks and Bitcoin crew over in Nigeria.
Oh yeah.
That was really cool. They got a Twitter space every Thursday morning about community building and stuff. And it was really cool to see the different projects, the different people that were coming in, and they're working on different projects as coders. We talked about stuff about, like, maybe building an NFT to raise some money to help them buy some computers for their hub over there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So there's sort of cool things in the AdVox program. It's just connecting with people that are doing cool things and help them build. So I think we can explore some opportunities there. And then if people go along and want to do a project as well, they can give some sort of, I guess, greater connections to be able to apply for grants. So fortunately for us, the School of Bitcoin, Kieran applied for a grant. They actually asked us to host a chapter grant instead, to create a chapter. So that's sort of the mission we're on now. But if you're doing something in there and you had a great idea or a project you want to build, then you can put it up for the grants program. But it's a bit of a process. You've got to, because it's a decentralized community.
To run up the ladder and actually get consensus. But that makes sense.
And it's quite interesting to see their consensus. It's based around, we'll do another session on that one day about the consensus and how they they operate. It's based on North American Indian principles.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, we got to look into that, I think.
quite fascinating. Yeah, I think anyone that's interested in alternative governance, you'd be quite interested, I think.
Sounds very cool.
We'll go through that.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. It's like, so we've got a bunch of, I posted a thing up there on Twitter there the other day that we've got a bunch of slots to fill, I guess. And whether that's for Lightning or for Stacks or for Bitcoin education or development or tooling, there's plenty of opportunity. I think we can create some pretty incredible opportunities here.
Yeah, most definitely. This is very, very exciting.
Yeah, you got an message. Oliver, I was thinking too. Yeah, we're pretty keen in a couple of weeks. Next week, not this Thursday, next Thursday. We've got the meetup coming.
Bitcoin meetup.
Yeah.
Australia.
Bitcoin Australia meetup. Just pull that up. So yeah, this one we're going to have us on. I put it up in the community there a little while ago about that. What's it going to be on? And I think the next step is for some mining.
Oh, nice.
So I've got a new share here coming up. Oh, you've got that one, have you? There we go. So yeah, I posted up a Bitcoin mining one. So yeah, at this session, yeah, it's probably just thinking about Bitcoin. I've learned a lot from yourself and Kieran about, what Bitcoin is and Bitcoin mining is. And so I thought it's probably misunderstood by a lot of Bitcoiners. It's like going through those things is about, why would you run a Bitcoin mining machine?
Yeah,
One,
true.
because there's an economic incentive, but what are the other incentives?
I think it really is for people who want to go down the rabbit hole as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, imagine, we sort of put fuel in our car to go from A to B.
That's true. Yeah, the way we.
But at the end of the day, and that's just a cost. But if we want to use the Bitcoin network, yeah, we pay a transaction fee, but we can also support the network. And so I guess if all of us in our homes had a small Bitcoin miner.
The answers are decentralization, single points of failure. A lot of things would just kind of disappear, I guess. A lot of fears and a lot of issues that we have currently with the central banking systems and that.
Yeah, cool. So I think that next Thursday, are you going to be around on the 9th?
I believe I will be.
Sorry, on the 10th? Thursday
yes.
the 10th?
Yes, I will be.
I'll get you to have a look on your meetup page. Does that say 6:30 on yours? If you join, I'll get you to join that event. This daylight saving time, that's been messing with me in setting up events. Like, we've got events going between 4:30 and 6:30 because I'm not sure how it's all working on the other end. So it'd be cool if you could have a look at the Bitcoin Australia meetup for Melbourne. I'll just drop that in the link there and see what comes up on yours. Because I'm not sure if my computer and my time frames, are showing something different. So that'd be cool. It should be 6:30 your time, that meetup, when you book a ticket.
Okay. Yeah.
That'll be 5:30 Queensland time. So if you wouldn't mind jumping in and grabbing a ticket on the Melbourne one there and seeing what it tells you, that'd be great, and come back to us. But yeah, we're hoping to. So yeah, that'd be awesome. If you could put some work on some stuff there to share with us about Bitcoin mining. I had some of our locals asking. We're talking about the future bit miners. And then what about upgrading to like a bigger miner, like an ASIC miner, or, you know, and having a bit of a path so that at the outcome of the meetup is that, okay, if I wanted to get off zero in mining, what's my best step first?
Yeah.
Once I get proficient with that, is it then the next step I'd go to a more complex system? And then the alternative could be that I actually just want to have a custody miner. And yeah, we're hoping to have Chris from Alpha Hash Rate to talk about that. He's going to be in LA, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it.
Oh, okay.
And we're also hoping to have one of our people from Brisbane join us to talk about a larger Bitcoin mining operation in Tasmania.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, if anyone's got anyone in our group who's got some contributions to mining, that'd be great. We'll see you on that next Thursday.
Yeah, I think the future bits are definitely one of the ways to go. Hello.
Hi, Ollie. I just made it.
Cool. We're just doing the Bitcoin meetup right now.
Yeah.
So Oliver also got onto tonight. I've got a course going on about. Oh no, on Thursday night. This Thursday night, I've got one on security.
Yep. Okay.
So a bit different, you know, when you first jump into security for Bitcoin, we talk about, you know, seed words and, you know, cold storage and
hardware wallets
and the like. But as you go down the next path of, I'll just bring it up here.
Yep.
As we go down the next path, what, you know, for those that jump into Web3, what's next? So my own journey has been, I've made lots of interesting mistakes, I guess, in being self-sovereign, cold storage. I did a wallet last night, actually, and I wrote down one letter in a seed word wrong, like it was in.
Oh, no.
So the I before the E instead of the E before the I, and I was going through it.
Oh, wow.
So I went into the BIP 39 dictionary and found the word, and then I worked out because it wouldn't accept one word and I had the letter wrong. So, but if I hadn't have checked my seed words, I would have gone down the track. So that's just basics. But then when you jump into Web3, what happens there? And so it's all the things around there. So I've got some cool, I've drawn a lot of resources from different people. There's a site, there's some guys in Australia, NFT approved.
Okay.
And yeah, they've got a Twitter space on Thursday evenings. I think it's about, might be 8 or 9 o'clock Melbourne time. I'll see if I can just pull them up. NFT approved. But yeah, I'll be sharing some stuff from a bunch of different resources. I won't do that right now. Yeah, from a bunch of different resources. And yeah, just like how to navigate the space a bit more safely in Web3. So that's on you've got the event there. Too many screens. Oh yeah, so that's on at 5:15 tomorrow night.
Okay.
On Wednesday, on Thursday. So yeah, if you've got anyone wants to jump in on that and share what they know about security, and we can start to build out. I thought it'd be pretty cool. I've almost got you know, by the end of it, we'll actually be able to have a curriculum for the School of Bitcoin.
Good. That's where we need to get
awesome.
to. I'm talking with people to try and find people who help us platform it as well.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, just to mention that you were working on the website, and I shared with Oliver what you on the beautiful deck that you built here.
Yeah, we have been creating different versions of it just for people to understand like where it all comes together. So it's seen as one sort of integrated mission to responsibly adopt digital assets across the social spectrum, because everyone can kind of help each other. You know, you've got
it's all linked up.
Yeah, and I keep making new versions of this page for different different posts and different people, but the idea is there that that, you know, they work together. So, you know, the builders can get support, the supporters need to learn, the learners can go on to be supporters. It's an integrated system, because, you know, the people I'm working with in Accountants on Chain, they're like, I'm good on the basics, and I'm saying to them, hey, why don't you start doing the basics onboarding? And they're like, oh yeah, I couldn't I? And it's like, we all have to. I mean, a year or so ago, when we were first speaking, people were very generous with their time in the blockchain field, and I was thinking, God, what great people, you know, they're just so helpful, generous with their knowledge, and just doing this for free. And I realized after a few years, they get a bit worn out. So you've got to be sort of onboarding people to do their bit.
Yeah, true.
At the same time. And I feel like we're kind of doing that now, and that's okay. But while we're doing it, we should
want to build the next generation as well. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a continuous 2-year generations
Yeah.
of onboarding each other.
So I was thinking it'd be really cool, going back to the School of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If we were able to actually really get some like curriculum actually going. And so I think that's for me, it's like some next steps about, I'll just bring up that again to the School of Bitcoin. So I was thinking it's about the next steps here is really going, what are the key things now to move it forward? So one of the key things, Oliver, I was thinking you may be interested in working on this. I know, and we reconnect with in Chicago, Jarks, is about the NFT for for course completion.
Yeah.
So it could be at the present time that we might be able to use the no code on Gamma.
Okay.
To create an NFT, to just as a compliment and a reward of what you've done, and it's sort of like proof of attendance, proof of
like a POAP,
proof of completion.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be good to jump back on the line with Sharks, because to code our own smart contracts and build all the back end of the NFT, we need someone highly proficient. And probably some.
Well, this is what we're trying to do, is to scope this, because I don't quite understand what the School of Bitcoin looks like other than this website. Yeah. But if we can see all these sort of functional requirements.
Yep. So I think, for the minute until we actually get the days up and running, how do we bring people in?
Well, what is the day?
Start a
is
course.
The day like a Discord channel, or what is it?
Oh no, that's basically saying, so if you do a course and at the end of the course, you can then contribute back to the curriculum.
Okay.
And to say, put up for a modification of the curriculum.
Okay, so where's the curriculum? That's on GitHub, is it?
Yep, GitHub and Gitbook. But yeah, in terms of turning that into something where we can actually go in and go, look, what courses are you going to do?
Well, that's it. The user experience, I want to understand. So when someone we're constantly being asked, I just need to start from the beginning. Where do I go? Where do we point them to on the School of Bitcoin to get started and show them their roadmap?
Sure. So I think we've got two things there.
Cool.
My thought,
roadmap.
It'll be great to have a chat to Kieran about it, because at the moment there are a bunch of resources there.
Yeah.
But there is, for a non-Bitcoiner, it could be quite daunting. So if there was, I guess probably like, if you have, I got some ideas that, first of all, part of the School of Bitcoin could be just until we build out the days, and how that whole functional thing works, then where's the Bitcoin 101, the Lightning Network 101, the smart contracts on Bitcoin 101. So just some nice, maybe 4 courses which you could choose.
Yeah.
And then from there you can decide, am I going to be focused on Bitcoin? Am I going to be focused on Lightning Network? Because Lightning Network have now got accelerator and boot camps about building on Lightning Network.
Right. Okay.
So, and then, or am I interested in mining? So I do a basics in mining, or I'm interested in running nodes. And
so we need to draw up some avatars of these likely users, most common users.
Yeah. So I'm sort of looking at it and go, what have we all been interested in? Everyone that's in our community today. And there's been Bitcoin, Lightning, nodes, mining, smart contracts we move towards on Stack. So that's sort of like about enough.
Can I suggest that we have a session when Kieran's back from holiday in a School of Bitcoin meeting to actually slam out 20 avatars of learners?
Yep.
or a dozen avatars of learners. Just
it's a good idea, actually, identifying
and
yourself
then
as
build,
what you are learning as well.
yeah, like by avatars I mean customers. We do this in business, you know, we decide who our ideal customers are and create an avatar of them, and then you design your service model around those avatars. So for example, for our School of Bitcoin onboarding, where to go to those avatars and to guide them to the right place where they can sign up. You know, they're not going to know how to connect wallets in the beginning, but we've got to get them to that stage where they'll interact with the platform in a zero knowledge proof way. But yeah, what do we build first? So I think we need a website that's custom built for what we want to do, because, you know, someone who's just coming here for the first time does not understand what's on GitHub.
That's right.
Yeah, well, that's it. I was just wondering.
Forward with people. Yeah. What do you think?
I was thinking that Gordon mentioned that you wanted to build like a token-based website, and kind of like, going forward, I think just people getting their certifications and NFTs through a website. But what if we actually had our own websites that were almost clones or copies of the real thing? So they pretty much get used to using this site, which is our site, but by extension, they end up learning all the other sites, to the major ones anyways, the templates.
Like it's a one place to come to where you
kind
learn.
of, yeah.
Kieran and I chatted on Friday and had and this is why he changed our website briefly, because he thought, oh, that's all, you know, make it a marketplace, but I got him to make it back to this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've got it there. So the School of Bitcoin kind of marketplace was an idea, but as a peer-reviewed kind of collated marketplace. So I want to figure out a way, you know, someone who comes in here and they know which courses to do, that they can get credentials for and get NFT certifications from us for. So for example, if I was bringing in accountants to the School of Bitcoin, I would have a kind of bespoke path for them in there, a combination of free and paid resources. Somehow we need to monetize that for ourselves if it's other people's content. But not monetize it for ourselves, but monetize it into a sustainable system that we can keep going. That's the idea of a days. And then for, you know, there's other bigger ideas that have been built around that in the last 8 months, but just to get started, having that marketplace where it's peer reviewed, they know, like, they can go out on the internet, there's so much out there.
There is a lot of courses.
But if it's known that you just go to School of Bitcoin, that's where you start to get off zero, and we will filter it down to the good stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they can vote on it, can't they? And people can start creating their own educational material and contribute to the curriculum.
Ultimately, that's the day.
But to get started, we need we need to sort of be
of course, have a bit of stuff out there so they can all
platform that to move it forward is what I'm stuck on and finding difficult to describe. Kieran mentioned some kind of platform that does this, and I don't know if that's what we want to build on, someone else's platform, or if we want to do it ourselves. And then there's funding. It's cheaper to always build with something on someone else's.
Sure.
But if we want to do this right, as soon as I know what we want to build, as soon as I can get a quote, I can go and get the money and we can get it happening.
Unfortunately, I wasn't at that conversation because I was thinking about some ideas around that and looking at things, almost drawing on, say, something like Stacks, which is a big organization, and you've got the main site with some good core information, but then there is lots of projects that are then within there. So say, for example,
you go there.
You go there and it is the ultimate source, but then you can go through and go to another whole business. So the business is, say, the Clarity Camps, and that's created by one of the learners, I guess, in Stacks. That's the white label group have created a business that services the Stacks community.
Okay.
It's like, say, for example, Accountants on Chain services the Digital Playhouse community, or the School of Bitcoin services, but they do interoperate. But, you know, each community is really run by whoever's in that community. Because to be in School of Bitcoin, someone in the School of Bitcoin might not want to be in Stacks. They might be in the Lightning community, but they still come in through the gateway of School of Bitcoin. So thinking about that design, about what businesses are in the back end. So say, for example, if Oliver said, I want to do something around lightning, and I'm going to create services around that. You know,
Yeah.
so it'd be interesting to see, yeah, how you get that flow going from one portal to the others.
Yeah,
Does that
I
make
think
sense?
we need to map this out.
Yeah.
We need to draw this out, starting with our avatars also of the learners who become teachers. Not,
Yeah.
we're all learners, but in that case of, you know, Ollie
Yeah.
teaching people lightning nodes or something, you know,
Yeah.
practical stuff. You could put your courses into the School of Bitcoin. People graduate and they get a.
Because important, I think
So we've got to
now
direct it
is,
to you.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
each of us have got our own thing and the reason that we want to be here, but each of us ultimately have got to run a business. So there's entrepreneurial opportunities here.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like the School of Bitcoin. You do some curriculum, you learn, and then you've got a project. So what is your project?
Yeah.
So if you've got a project, then what can we do to support your project?
So
And
we're
how can we
bringing
funnel
people.
customers to you.
Yeah, funnel.
How can we, because that becomes your project.
But the system itself is the DAOs. It's like a DAO in that it has contributors. That's the sort of little token economy we've got to kind of figure out, because it's going to have its own expenses and need to be funded. So, you know, we take 1% or something like that. You know, that we've got to figure that out. But just we can figure that out. Like we figured out this place on the go by opening it, this center, and then we figured out what to do once we're in it. The School of Bitcoin. I think we just got to, you know, establish the digital premises, get started working in there, and all this will come. All this will get built in it.
So I was looking at our so at the start we've got the people, we're talking a bit about the orbit model and the core contributors.
Yeah.
So you've got your contributors, you've got your participants. Also, you've got your core team, you've got your contributors, your participants, and your explorers.
Yes.
So the different people coming in. So at the moment, we've got the core team is well, in the foundation, obviously we've got some directors there, but like Oliver, we've talked about having a digital playhouse email address and getting and finding a, you know, what you'd like to do. And so as we get different people coming in, as giving them some opportunities to go, well, what's your pathway? How can we help you?
Okay, so
so making sure I'm learning that. Yeah, as we've got people coming into our community, is we're going to have about 20 core participants.
Yes.
Or contributors, I should say.
Yeah.
And let's all get doing the different activities that we need to get done.
That's a good point. I'm trying to do that with accountants on chain at the moment, the 20 core.
Yep.
And so we'll do that.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and that's exactly what Adam mentioned in Stacks. And I think if we do this in Digital Playhouse and School of Bitcoin, and start to get people in roles, and then we can have some activities, roadmaps about, say, for example, we need to create the curriculum NFT. That needs to be done. What's the first course in Bitcoin? What's the first course in Lightning? Stacks is pretty much there. If you're going to be a stacker, just come over to the Stacks community. I'll look after you in there.
Yeah.
We don't even need to create that. It's already created.
Yeah.
It's like just use it.
True.
It's time consuming onboarding people, but the onboarding is very effective. Yesterday I had a wonderful onboarding with Merrick from Stacks.
Oh, nice.
And he took me through the Advox DAO platform and told me the story of the turtle, bear, and wolf clan mythology, First Nations story that they've based their human principles of their DAO on.
Nice.
It all just makes up. It's so much beautiful sense. Can't do evil is their motto. Is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just thought, this is what a DAO is all about. And it resonated so strongly with me, having that human onboarding to a DAO. You've got to take people to the technology, not just voice technology onto the people. But it's a time thing, you know. We'd be working 20 days a week trying to onboard everyone ourselves. So getting our core going to onboard the right people. Yeah. But to do a good job of onboarding is what we need to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I found that link there, actually, Oliver, was the Stacks Advocates link. And if nothing else, just as it doesn't matter who comes in, they've got this big friend, little friend.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I read about that, and that sounded really, really smart.
Have you come in yet, Oliver?
I haven't. No, not into the Advox DAO. No.
Okay.
I think I might apply.
Vouch for you?
Yeah. Okay. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, straight after this, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, we can put you up in about, and it's probably it's actually just learning about community building, regardless of what you do in there.
They are so organized. I'm learning from them already.
Oh, okay, that's really cool. Actually, I love seeing Discord servers that operate on their own and they just manage to get it done.
Yeah.
And you wonder, okay, Discord changes your opinion of Discord in a big way.
It's the best one I'm seeing.
Yeah, online organization.
Yeah, when you go in and you do the first bit here, Oliver, and you go into the apply, we can vouch. But learning, we're talking about that Indigenous governance model. It's pretty cool to have a read. I think you'd be fascinated by it. And yeah, in my onboarding with Merrick, we talked about that whole story about the Longhouse and about we sort of touched on the edges of the story behind the Indigenous governance system. So yeah, cool to learn about that. Hey, anyway, I've got to get ready to go to another. I've got a class coming up soon. Oliver was telling us about he onboarded someone else into Stacks this week with an NFT, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, good on you.
And it was Bitcoin. We talked about the X-First wallet, how cool it was because it's got Bitcoin and Stacks in there. So
funny time.
Sounds like we've onboarded people everywhere this week.
It's good. It's like coming up to the end of the year, we're all just a bit like, oh, slow down. People are a bit more absent, but it's a good time to just start to get these systems into place now to launch in the new year.
Yeah, true.
So Oliver, we got some building out some spaces like these activities and jobs to be completed. So that we can. So we'll get you shared up on some of those, and if there's anything you want to participate in, we want to get our community all jumping in and get something happening.
Yeah, no worries.
Hey, thanks for your time today, Oliver.
No, thank you for yours, both of you. Thank you, Gordon. Thank you, lecturer.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Oliver. Sorry I wasn't here earlier. I'll catch up.
No, that's all right. I'm sorry I've been a bit absent myself, so.
We all are sometimes. I'll be a bit absent from next week because I'll be posting a lot. I'm going to El Salvador next week.
I heard about that. That's really exciting.
So I'll be sharing some cool pictures.
You won't be stacking sats, but you'll be spending the sats. But it's pretty cool otherwise.
All right. Take care, Oliver. We'll see you again.
Thank you.
All righty. Take care, everyone. Bye.